I'm sorry. The Peter Obi's temperament and his capacity is incompatible with the requirement of Nigeria of today. So the ADC cannot possibly be missing anything. Recall that before he came to ADC in December 31st, his political career was already dead. He was losing his polling unit in his own state by the gubernatorial candidate that he chose by himself. Recall that even when one member of the House of Assembly of Labour Party died, they fielded his widow to know whether they can get the sympathy of the people. But because of the rejection of Anambra people to Peter Obi's leadership star, they still voted against the innocent widow. So recall that before he entered ADC, his political career was already dead. So dead that he could not even enter ADC from his own state, Anambra State. He entered ADC from Enugu State, my own state, where he believed that the toxic on the toxin will not overwhelm him. So ADC actually gave him a lifeline. Peter Obi needed ADC. ADC did not need him because we were already moving on without him. So when he came into ADC with his normal toxic followers, with their own penchant of not wanting democracy at the primary level or at the secondary level, obviously I knew he was going to go. Let me reveal one secret to you.
Kenneth Okonkwo, who is the former aide of Peter Obi, has come hard on Peter Obi. He said that Peter Obi's political career is dead. In fact, he said Peter Obi needed ADC, and ADC did not need Peter Obi. But when we look at the statistics, it's obvious that ADC indeed needed Peter Obi because we've seen massive defection. The Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, in the chamber said that the lawmakers should just compile the name because he doesn't want it to look like a daily ritual. He continued to announce defections of lawmakers from ADC to NDC, and not just of the House of Senate, House of Representatives as well. Lawmakers are decamping to NDC just because of majorly Peter Obi, and most are defecting also because of Rabiu Kwankwaso. Do you think that Kenneth Okonkwo's assumption, because I want to term it as assumption, that Peter Obi's political career is dead? I don't think his political career is dead. I think that his political career has actually received a major boost now that he is about to pair with Rabiu Kwankwaso. Last general election, Rabiu Kwankwaso, if I'm not mistaken, I think got 3 to 4 million votes, while Peter Obi got 6 million votes, or 5 million votes if I'm not mistaken. So if you merge the two, Peter Obi's vote and Rabiu Kwankwaso's vote, I think and I believe that Peter Obi and Kwankwaso will defeat Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima.
I said I will not speak for a man that I don't understand his position on important national issues. I say I will not speak for a man who, even if he wins and Nigerians give him his vote, he does not have what it takes. He does not have the capacity to even secure his own victory. So the issue of saying whether the coalition will be affected, the coalition will not be affected in any way. Peter Obi, within 6 months, changed parties 3 times. You could recall, since he defected to NDC, I've not taken it as anything serious or anything relevant to bother myself. Because by December 30th, he was a member of Labour Party. By December 31st, he was a member of ADC. By May 3rd, he is a member of NDC. I am sure, if not for the restriction in the Electoral Act, before the close of the registration or the membership time, I'm sure he will be a member of another party. That is his nature. But let me say it, changing parties is not what questions your capacity, your competence, or your character. It is the reason that you adduced for changing the party. Peter Obi said, I don't have a problem with David Mark, meaning he didn't have a problem with the ADC. He said, I don't have a problem with Atiku Abubakar, meaning he does not have any problem with the aspirants. Then what is the reason he gave? He said, I don't like challenges. I don't like trouble. ADC is going through challenges, legal and otherwise. And I like to run away to where there is peace, to where there is no trouble. And I now ask, how can this same man ask Nigerians to entrust Nigeria in his care when Nigeria is the most challenged country in the world today? Nigeria is both physically and mentally challenged in all capacity. Nigeria is the fourth most terrorized nation on earth. Nigeria has borrowed itself to bankruptcy. Nigeria, as I'm talking to you, the bandits tie people on the tree and put fire under them to burn them. In Kwara, in Kogi, in Niger. So how can a man who says running away from challenges be able to face the challenges we are facing in Nigeria today? I am sorry. The Peter Obi's temperament and his capacity is incompatible with the requirement of Nigeria of today. So the ADC cannot possibly be missing anything. Recall that before he came to ADC in December 31st, his political career was already dead. He was losing his polling unit in his own state by the gubernatorial candidate that he chose by himself. Recall that even when one member of the House of Assembly of Labour Party died, they fielded his widow to know whether they can get the sympathy of the people. But because of the rejection of Anambra people to Peter Obi's leadership style, they still voted against the innocent widow. So recall that before he entered ADC, his political career was already dead. So dead that he could not even enter ADC from his own state, Anambra State. He entered ADC from Enugu State, my own state, where he believed that the toxin will not overwhelm him. So ADC actually gave him a lifeline. Peter Obi needed ADC. ADC did not need him because we were already moving on without him. So when he came into ADC with his normal toxic followers, with their own penchant of not wanting democracy at the primary level or at the secondary level, obviously I knew he was going to go. Let me reveal one secret to you. The first day I was consulted in this coalition, and that was before the unveiling, they asked me, so how is the possibility of ADC performing in the Southeast? I told them plainly and straight away, don't build anything on Peter Obi because he's not going to contest under ADC because he will eventually leave. Why was I so sure? Because he's a man that has morbid fear for primary election. He has never been in one and he will not be in one until he finishes his political career. He became a governor. He entered into primary election. He failed and lost to Raf Mosu in Apga. And then he still managed to find the leaders to cancel that primary, and they still gave him the ticket. That was how he became governor. And so when he gave the reason of challenges, of course, he lied, because his main reason is that he does not want to face the primary election. And let me tell you another thing, because ADC was fully prepared to convince the whole world that Peter Obi is not interested in democracy. When he came into ADC, he gave a condition that he should be allowed to produce the National Organization Secretary, National Organizing Secretary, NOS. And the reason he gave is that so that he will be the one to conduct the primary. And ADC said, fine, take. When we were doing the e-registration, Peter Obi again and his followers asked to be in charge of the e-registration. And that was why they put my sister, Aisha Yusuf, to be in charge and Obi aid, so that all the members of ADC in the primary will be determined by Peter Obi. And then Peter Obi was to organize the primary. That was why you did not hear him say, this primary is dollarized, is monetized. That's the reason I'm going, because he was to be the one to organize the primary. Yet, he was still afraid of free and fair election. Not, of course, of zoning, because he went to even southern aspirants in order for them to step down for him. So he's a man who is afraid of free and fair primary election. So he left. Of course, I knew he was going to leave. And then ADC is moving on.
Atiku Abubakar is a man that has propensity for corruption, tendency to disloyalty, inability to say and speak the truth at all times. So he's a man who has propensity for poor judgment, belief and reliance in matter about, lack of transparency, a man who trusts in money to buy his way out in all situations, a man who has the readiness to sacrifice morality, integrity, propriety, truth, national interest for self and selfish interest. We are seeing it manifest. It gives me goose pimples that Atiku has the national award in corrupting the generation before him and corrupting the generation after him.
Anybody who is bringing Peter Obi on the table,
You mean 2027 that's coming up?
or in any political
Right.
permutation, is bringing the new Nigeria, the new thought force, is bringing absolute victory into whatever is done.
Right.
So you are talking about a political party. We are talking about, when you come to election, you talk about candidates. Peter Obi electrified Labour Party. Peter Obi has no business to lose sleep about whatever is happening in any political party. How many months did he join Labour Party? And he made what he made. People are loyal to his person. The new Nigeria is loyal to his person.
And presumably,
Yes.
that he'll take the obedience with him wherever he goes.
That's a hypothetical question. But I'm telling you that Obi is the Obi in the obedient. So it's only natural that the obedience that was founded based on Obi was certainly follow him to wherever he's going. Won't you follow a man that has never had a scandal? If you're searching for a new Nigeria that is bedeviled by people being killed, women degraded, depraved, economy sinking every day, won't you like a man who, when he was in Anambra State, the security system in Anambra State was so perfect that kidnappers ran away? Know where they ran to? Magode Estate, the home state of the incumbents. The security that Peter Obi discharged away from Anambra State found their safe havens in other places. Anambra State became like a Goshen, where evil will run around it but will not penetrate.
So, all this thing Kenneth Okonkwo is saying, I don't know what he's parading himself to be. This is not the first time a politician is decamping from one political party to the other. I understand that Kenneth Okonkwo is now loyal to Atiku Abubakar. Atiku Abubakar, he destroyed. In fact, after this video, you have to watch the video where Kenneth Okonkwo was praising Peter Obi and destroying Atiku Abubakar for being a man who, destroyed morality. So I don't know why he's not having a problem with Peter Obi changing party. He's okay with Peter Obi leaving Labour Party to PDP. He's okay with Peter Obi leaving PDP to Labour Party. So why is there a problem with Peter Obi moving from ADC to NDC? Peter Obi is a man who wouldn't want to pay money to buy people's conscience, which Atiku does all the time. And I have said it before. Even the moment Peter Obi joined ADC, I was not pleased. If I was close to him, I should have advised him not to join ADC, because Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar cannot be in the same party and be presidential aspirants, because Atiku knows how he gets around it. He knows how to buy his way through, and Peter Obi wouldn't want to. He want to still maintain that integrity. Nigeria is not for people with integrity. Nigeria is not for people with honesty in politics. Politics remains a dirty game in Nigeria. I know it's a dirty game all over the world, but Nigeria is worse. So Kenneth Okonkwo is parading himself as who? I don't know. Or he is claiming that Peter Obi's political career is dead. If his political career is dead, why did we have today current serving senators and current serving House of Rep members decamping to the new NDC within 24 hours of Peter Obi joining? 9 million people have registered for NDC. Amechi himself told us that ADC has 6 million registered people, but NDC, the moment Peter Obi pitched camp, it jumped. It was Peter Obi that gave relevance to Labour Party. Now, when he joined Labour Party, APC mobilized people, and what we are saying is factual. We have Tinubu on video telling Senator Godswill Akpabio to go to APC, to go to the opposition and scatter them. His chief of staff, Femi Gbajabiamila, told Leke of Kogi State to go to remain in ADC and scatter them. So APC has proved to us that they are the ones scattering the opposition. You want him to remain in the same political party with Atiku Abubakar. Atiku Abubakar, who feel it is his right, he is entitled to contest every election year. He's a customer to Nigerian election campaign, Nigerian politics, and he has never won, and he will never continue. He will never win. The only election Atiku Abubakar won was that governorship election he won in Adamawa, where he fortunately became the vice president, and he couldn't, rule as the governor of Adamawa State. He could not win president, and Atiku will never become president of Nigeria. So Peter Obi knew what he was doing. Peter Obi actually attempted to create his own party, political party, according to his camera woman, but INEC failed to register his own political party. So what do you expect Peter Obi to do? You want him to be in the same party with Atiku Abubakar, who knows how to buy his way through. So I think the step he took is in the right direction. So Peter Obi is in the right party, and I don't think there is anybody that will stop him. If you claim that his political career is dead, we'll see what happened in the ballot. Every worse than this was said in the last general election. They say Peter Obi is a Nollywood actor. Labour Party doesn't have structure, but Labour Party produce senators, produce House of Rep members, produce even a governor. Alex Otti is still in Labour Party. So politicians are even rushing immediately to come to Nigeria Democratic Congress because of Peter Obi's influence. They are waiting to ride on Peter Obi's back. So this guy should just go back to Nollywood. I think that's where he is more relevant. He keeps talking and talking and talking and talking. I want to believe that Atiku must have hired him because Atiku is proficient in paying money to get what he wants. He doesn't want it to go through fair and free and fair. So I believe he must have hired this guy to start talking nonsense. Just before the last election, he said all sorts of unprintable things against Atiku Abubakar because he was in Peter Obi's camp. All of a sudden, he has switched camp. He is now in the camp of Atiku Abubakar. Peter Obi is not ready. Peter Obi is this. Peter Obi is that. Peter Obi is politically relevant and all that. We will listen to Wike, seeing that okay, Wike is a former governor, is a former minister. This guy doesn't have any relevance in politics, not even a political appointment, and yet he feels you can just come out and speak English and people will take him serious. Kenneth Okonkwo is a disgrace. To me, he should just go back to Nollywood and start making movies. I think Nollywood actors and actresses are making money now. Most of them are shooting on YouTube and they are getting well paid. Gone are the days now Nollywood doesn't make much money. When you have to produce on cassette, on CDs, and it will be difficult for you to sell to recover the money. Now you can actually shoot on YouTube. So Kenneth Okonkwo should go and find his career. He should go and revive his career on Nollywood. So you just come out and start talking rubbish because you are on camera and ICTV invited you. I believe TVC, AIT, other media houses will invite him to spew his rubbish. He thinks that it's just all about speaking English. Peter Obi is a force. Peter Obi is a force. Peter Obi is a big name. The earlier he realizes it and whoever he's loyal to, the better for all of them. If Peter Obi leaves NDC today and joins another party, other political parties will start joining him there. Nigerians just love Peter Obi, and you can't do anything with that. Peter Obi Kwakwaso ticket is a strong ticket. We'll see what happens in the next election. Peter Obi without Kwankwaso without Ame Babadati, that doesn't even have any career in politics. He got 6 million votes. Imagine if Kwankwaso joins him now. That's 6 million votes plus 5 million. That's 11 million votes. He's going to beat Tinubu hands down. So we'll see what happens in the ballot. It's not just about talking rubbish. We'll see how influential Peter Obi is in the ballot. Whether his political career is dead or not, we will see that in the ballot. And we are still, in fact, I think Senior President has to beg lawmakers to just compile the name because he says he doesn't want it to be like a daily ritual because he continues to announce the defection of lawmakers, House of Senate, House of Rep members. They are all decamping to Nigerian Democratic Congress because of Peter Obi. So who are you to say that Peter Obi's career is dead? Political career is dead, when his political career has even gotten a major boost with a team up with Rabiu Kwankwaso of Kano State. Peter Obi is going to win 2027 general election.